back to the channel, and if you're new here, thanks so much for joining. My name is Misty, and if you are not part of the Raven family but want to be part of the Raven family, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you are notified when new things go live on the channel. Today I am bringing you another episode of our Vampire Huntress series, and as you can see, we are here with our girl Zara, and she is in a bit of a fury. Her fury is rising. She is a little bit on the edge. She is going through some technophobe and a bit of a midlife crisis here, where she is thinking that she needs to get herself fit, and she's also a bit uncomfortable because she's gotten into a fight recently, and she is really struggling, guys. She is really having trouble with getting over these thoughts of how she's supposed to feel about Lorelei having control over her beast. And as you know, in the last episode and in all of these previous episodes as of recently, she has really been struggling with the fact of how much she has hurt Marisol with being with Lorelei. But she really can't get over these feelings that she's having for Lorelei. You know, she realizes that the wolf in her is magically and mysteriously drawn to Lorelei in a way that she just really has no power or control over. And so, as we know, Zara has come to the realization that the only way that she's going to be able to get out of that is to find a cure. And she has spoken to Marisol, and they have tried to make up and mend their ways where this is all concerned, as we have seen. And they have discussed looking for a way for Marisol to cure her of her werewolf ways. And so she is hoping that she can just train here and get herself and her mind off of all of these feelings that she's feeling. So she's just doing a little bit of training against the vampires, but while she's training, she is just thinking of, you know, how she is stuck in this situation, and she's really tense over it. And you know, she's like, I know that Marisol is working on a cure. I know that she's looking into that. And so she is feeling a little bit like, you know, her underlying emotion is confidence. Because she has all the confidence in the world that Marisol is on the job and that she's going to do what needs to be done to help her out. You know, Zara's feeling like, you know, once she's no longer a wolf, she can put Lorelei behind her and she doesn't have to worry about that. And maybe her and Marisol can go ahead and they can have a future together. And that's kind of her driving force right now. And, you know, as she is working out and she's thinking about all of this, you know, the confidence is really wanting to seep through, but the tension is just so strong, guys, that she can't just seem to let it go. I'm gonna, after she finishes doing her workout here, we're just going to let her go ahead and go off and get herself a little bit of a hunt for some food, because she is, like I said, really close to the surface. Her beast is wanting to come out because of all of the tension. As we know, when she is tense like that, her beast is super close to the surface and does want to be unleashed. So we're just going to let her go and hunt for some food, and hopefully that will kind of calm her down a little bit. It looks like Rory has come over for a little bit of a visit, but Rory, we don't have time right now. We really need to go get ourselves some food. So we've come back from our hunt, and she is just going to go ahead and wolf down some of this raw meat really quickly here. She is really in a bad way. You can see her fury is really rising, and she is just really in a bad way. Her tension is getting worse and worse and worse. So we are going to go ahead and let her go for a little bit of a walk here, and maybe that will have her calm down a little bit. And then once the sun sets, we'll send her out for a little bit of a vampire hunt. I think that might make her feel a little bit better. Oh, she's going to mark the territory. Okay, well, that's great. So her wolf is seriously close to the surface, because it is like, we're just going to mark some things. We're going to go for a quick walk here, and then we'll send her out to go hunting for some vampires. I think that might make her feel a little bit better if she can let out a little bit of frustration here this evening, if she can just go and, you know, kill some things. That's the plan. So she has leveled up, and it says you walk around already for some time. Suddenly a ground of vampires appears out of nowhere, and they surround her. She tries to fight, but they're very strong. The only way to survive is for her to run. She's fast, so she does lose them. So she's outran that group of vampires. And we will go ahead and I think I'm going to have her go back out and hunt again. I know she's tired, but you know, we want her to level up and we also want her to actually kick some ass. She walks around, but there are no vampires. Okay, so she wasted her time with that one. And she is seriously exhausted. She is going to go ahead and just lay herself down here on this concrete and just get herself a little bit of rest. She's like, I don't even have the energy to walk to my house. I'll just take myself a nap right here under the moon. And she is really, really dirty, so we'll just go ahead and let her groom herself here and get herself cleaned up. She is very close to unleashing the beast within her. And as we know, when she is that close to the surface, her beast, the only person that's on her mind is the one person that she's been trying to avoid in the first place, which is why she's been hunting these vampires, which is why she's been working out as much as she has been. She's been doing all of these things to try to get rid of her tension, and the only thing that's happening right now is she's constantly thinking about her anyway. So she has decided to come out to the forest here in Forgotten Hollow, and she's like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go out into Forgotten Hollow, and I'm going to actually go and I'm going to hunt some vampires while I am feeling this rage over the fact that I have someone that is controlling me so much so that I, you know, she honestly just fears the way that Lorelei has this hold on her, and it makes her so angry because, you know, the one vampire that she really wants to hurt, to be completely honest, is Lorelei, and she knows she can't because if she hurts Lorelei, she potentially could harm herself. So she's going to take her anger out on Caleb Vitor here, and she is going to just come at him, and she's going to come at him with a wooden stake, and she's going to snarl at him, and then they are going to get into a bit of a fight here, and she's going to attempt to kill him, and he is just like, why are you coming into my house snarling at me, you werewolf vampire huntress? And he's like, you're just nothing but a mixed breed. And she's like, how dare you say that to me? So they've instantly gotten into a fight. And she is trying to attempt to kill him. And they are really just going at it here, guys. And she is a bit stronger than she used to be. We know she is leveling up left, right, and center. And she now has herself an atrocious reputation. And she has instantly killed Caleb Vitor. And he is now dead. They despise one another, but that doesn't really matter because he's dead. So the Grim Reaper has come to collect him. And look how mad she is. She is seriously, seriously tense. Oh my God, Zara, what are we going to do with you? We have got to get that under control. Otherwise, what are you going to do? You're going to end up turning into a werewolf full on, and you're going to go on a rampage. And then you're going to end up at Lorelei's, and what is going to happen then is probably not something you're going to be very happy about. She is very happy and confident about the fact that she has killed one more vampire, and there is one less vampire in the world, so we love that for us. She is loving the fact that she has done her duty as a vampire huntress. Look at his wife over there, just not even concerned about the fact that her husband has just been killed. She's just not even bothered by it. She doesn't even care. She hasn't even noticed that her husband is dead. Clearly they weren't that great in love. Like, she hasn't even noticed. Bruh. And Zara's just like, okay, thanks, Grim. Peace out. I'll see you at the next one. And so she's going to head off and go on home. Now that Zara has made it back to her house, she has decided that she needs to go ahead and work on making some more of her weapons. She has used up a significant amount of her wooden stakes, so she is just going to come on in here and make some wooden stakes. So we'll get her in here at her woodworking table and she can work on those. Hopefully she won't turn into a werewolf while we are having her craft that. But her beast is seriously close to the surface, so no promises there. But she does need to make some more wooden stakes because, as we know, she is getting dangerously low on her weaponry. So we'll get her working on that. And she is just, okay, time out for a little bit of growling. No worries, no worries. She is so close to going on a full-on rampage right now. But she is even unable to do a somber how to get it down. I was hoping that I could get her to do that, but that's not even going to be able to be the case. So just hopefully she can speed through this really quickly and finish these wooden stakes before she turns into a werewolf. Oh, Zara, what are we going to do with you? And she's like, I don't know, but this is looking like it's coming along really nicely. I have got this wooden stake making down to a perfect science these days. I am really getting good at this. You really are. You really, really are. I mean, from the very first one that you ever made, you are really a master wood stake crafter. So she is flying through this, and we absolutely love to see that. And now we are going to go ahead and head her off to the festival, because we did get a phone call from Marisol and she wanted us to meet her at the festival. And as you can see, we're just going to go ahead and go on over here and just blow her a kiss and just say, you know, thanks so much for inviting us out. I really needed a change of scenery and a change of pace. I am clearly in a bad way, and you can tell that, you know, Marisol can sense that, you know, something is off with Zara, and she's like, okay, well, I'm really glad that you came out to see me. Obviously, you are feeling really uncomfortable right now, and, you know, what's going on with you? And she's like, I am just really in a bad way. I've been in several fights, and I have really had, you know, a lot going on with me being tense, and my wolf is at the surface. And so she's like, I'm just going to go over here and purchase one of these festival t-shirts really quickly and go try some of the local food. So she's going to come over here and try to haggle for one of these t-shirts and take in some of the festivities over here at the festival. And unfortunately, the girl's like, no, you cannot haggle your way into getting better prices. I'm already losing money at these prices as it is. So we're going to go ahead and purchase a t-shirt at the regular price because, I mean, whatever if that's the case. So we've purchased a t-shirt and we have done what we needed to do for the festival, but there's a plate over here where we can try some samples. So we're going to have her come over here and try some of these samples of food of the festival. I think that Zara would enjoy, you know, trying some of these out and, you know, just, you know, sampling some of the food here at the festival. I think that would be fun for her. Oh, okay, she's really, really going to town here. She's going to try all these and see if she likes any of them. Oh, goodness. Okay, well, her wolf is, you know, feeling a little bit some kind of way about this food, but we love to see we love to see her you know, eating this food and trying all this and trying to get this festival experience. I mean, I don't think it is as enjoyable as a big hunk of meat for her, but that is okay. That is okay. She's also feeling like she was exposed to a little bit of sickness, so I don't know if maybe, oh, she says some I need real meat. Okay, Zara, okay. You actually don't need anything right now, but I understand that you don't like that food as well as you like your chunks of raw meat. So that's good to know. Why don't you come over here and just get yourself your favorite drink? We'll order yourself a drink here at the bar, and you can go ahead and have yourself a drink. And just, you know, take advantage of all of the festivities here. And she is like tense all over again, whether it be the fact that she is surrounded by all of these people or it be the fact that she is still just dealing with her werewolf being so close to the surface. Either way, she is really, really tense. And, you know, I think that Marisol noticed that she was kind of off and is trying to give her a little bit of space. But that being said, you know, Zara is just like still pondering to herself all of this whole thing on, you know, she's really glad Marisol asked her out. You know, she did want to kind of get out of her house. She wanted to get away from kind of thinking about just training all the time and making wooden stakes and thinking about Lorelei, but being out here at the festival hasn't really gotten any of that off of her mind like she had kind of hoped it would. And so she's going to go over and she's going to try to chat with Marisol a little bit and see if maybe that might pick up her spirits a little bit. And they are going to, you know, maybe flirt a little bit and see if it makes her feel any better. So we'll have her come over here and just, you know, chat with her a little bit and just do a little bit of flirting and a little bit of, maybe they can hook up a little bit here at the festival or something like that, and just get her spirits up a little bit. I don't know if they'll actually be able to hook up here at the festival or not, but they can try. But she is just going to try to say, like, I need a little bit of distraction. Honestly, I'm extremely tense. I can't get, my wolf under control. I am really, really uncomfortable. All of this tension, I have, like, so much on my mind. So they're going to flirt a little bit. This guy is totally being, a bit of a third wheel here. You're in our conversation when you shouldn't be, buddy. Could you, like, see your way out of it? And he's like, oh, hey, how are you? And she's like, we don't even know you, buddy. So, so they can't do anything. Okay, well, that's fine. That being said, Zara's like, look, this was a really great plan. I really enjoyed the fact that you tried to get me out and tried to take my mind off things, but it's just not working. And Marisol's like, I didn't know that you were this tense when I invited you out. If I had known this, I would have let you kind of be on your own, because I think maybe that might be what's best. Maybe you should just go and do whatever it is that you need to do to help yourself. And Zara's like, okay. So I think what Zara is going to do is go ahead and, just go out for a little bit of a hunt and do what she does best, which is when she's stressed and when she's tense, she goes hunting. So she's going to leave the festival and she's going to go out for a little bit of vampire hunting, and she's going to leave Marisol here at the festival by herself. Marisol can just kind of tend to herself here. And Marisol has decided that she is going to do a little bit of karaoke, which we absolutely love. She is such a cutie. But it says, you walk around for some time, suddenly a group of vampires appear out of nowhere and they surround you. It's either adrenaline or you're really good, but she's defeated them all. She is exhausted. So we're going to take her home. She needs some sleep desperately. So we are going to go ahead and let her just go ahead and head herself in here and get herself ready for some sleep. Zara, you poor thing. And she's like, oh no, I can't do it. I'm going to pass out. She couldn't even make it to the bed. The poor dear has passed out in the middle of the parking lot. That's how exhausted she was after going out on a nice little time at a festival with Marisol for a little date at the festival, and then a vampire hunt, and she's come back and she's passed out in the middle of the parking lot here. And when she gets up, we will actually let her go ahead and get herself off to bed. So go on, Zara, get yourself into bed so that you can get a proper sleep, because honestly, you have desperately, well, you deserve it. And so we'll let her get some sleep, and I'll catch back with you guys in the morning. It is the next morning. It is bright and early, about 4 a.m., and she is in desperate need of brushing some teeth. She's quite embarrassed by her breath. So we're just going to let her brush her teeth and go to the loo here. And then she will go ahead and just get her needs going here, really. So she's just taking care of some of those things that are bothering her this morning. As you can see, she is once again woken up in a very, very tense mood. And her beast is, as usual, very, very close to the surface. And she cannot function properly. This girl is just stressed to the max. She is like, what am I going to do with myself? I don't know what to do. So after she gets done washing up, we're going to have her go ahead and go for a hunt for some food, because she is feeling a bit hungry. So she's going to go for a hunt, and we'll have her, obviously, after she hunts for some food, she will wolf down some of that raw meat that she finds and just get some food in her belly. But as you can see, she is not doing very well, and we are very, very close to a full moon. The fact that her beast has been so close to the surface pretty much this entire episode, and we're not even to a full moon yet, is really, really concerning. So she is just eating herself a little bit of this raw meat, and then I think she is still a little bit tired. She didn't get enough rest, so she does want to go and have herself a little quick nap. So we'll let her go take a little bit more of a sleep, and maybe that will help her with her tension and her fury. I don't really know. All I do know is that the closer we get to a full moon, the more out of control she's going to get, and she's already not in a good place. Okay, she's up from her nap. Her fury is a little bit better. She is feeling uncomfortable, but that's just because she's dirty. So I think the nap did pretty much help to an extent. We're going to go ahead and get her in here and have her work out a little bit. She can train against the vampires since she's in a pretty decent mood. I think that's really great. Finally, Zara's in a pretty good place, which we absolutely love. The only negative thing is that today actually is a full moon, which means that she is going to turn into a full werewolf today because of the full moon. And so because of that, if Lorelei wasn't on her mind, she definitely is now. And so she has gone ahead and shown up at Lorelei's house. And she's like, I am not even going to let this happen where it's going to catch me off guard. I'm going to head it off at the pass. So she has shown up here at Lorelei's house, and Lorelei is all excited. And she's like, hi, honey. And she's like, please don't honey me. I'm just here to let you know that I killed one of your vampires. And she's like, oh, I know you did. I felt it when he died. And she's like, of course you did. And she's like, it's fine. Soon enough, you'll stop doing that. And she's like, why would I ever stop doing that? And she's like, because, honey, you and I belong together, and soon enough, you'll see that, and you'll stop killing all of my minions. And she's like, oh, okay, if you say so. And she's like, well, I do say so. And she's like, okay, well, I just really came to tell you that, and I also came to tell you that I realize that today is the full moon. And she's like, I know it is, I can't wait. And she's like, but I just wanted to let you know that I know that I'll be down here, so I just came to see you before I come of my, I'm coming of my own volition as opposed to you calling me because I'm your beast. And she's like, oh, you're learning, I love that. And she's like, oh, I hate that you sound so excited about this. And she's like, well, it's just that, if you would just be more open to it, it would just go so more smoothly. I really wish you would just be more open to the fact that you and I belong together, and everything would just work out so much more smoothly if you would just be accepting of it. So she's like, why don't you and I have a picture together? We would start our relationship off, and she's like, fine, we can take a photo. So they're going to get a photo together. I don't know. Look how they're so cute together, actually. But she's like, I didn't even know you could take selfies. I thought you didn't have a reflection. She's like, oh, honey, that's in mirrors. And she's like, oh, right. And she's just taking some selfies here because that was kind of something that she wanted to do. I don't really know. She is just trying to, take her tension down because, as you can see, as the day progresses on, her tension is rising. Her beast is getting closer and closer to the surface, and she's like, honey, why don't you let me go ahead and calm you down? You and I, we can totally, love on one another. Let's just, relax. And she's like, we can flirt and we can kiss and we can love on one another. I can make it all go away. The tension can just melt right off if you'll just let me love you, and everything will be fine. And she's like, are you freaking kidding me right now? And she's like, I'm not kidding you right now. I don't know why you won't just let me love you. Zara, I just want to love you. And she's like, are you serious? And she's like, I am very serious that you and I are supposed to be together and that you need to just let me love you. So they are going to go upstairs and have themselves a woohoo, because Lorelei has convinced Zara that, these two are destined to be together and that it would help her tension if she would just let her love her. And, Zara doesn't have it in her to fight Lorelei. I mean, if you think about it, she really does want to be with her. She actually does love her. And she doesn't want to love her, but she does. Like, she's actually in love with her. And she's she doesn't want to be, but she does want to be. And she's like, I can't believe I'm doing this again. Marisol is going to be so mad. But guys, Marisol knows that her beast is close to the surface. Marisol was with her at the festival the evening before. Marisol has seen that her beast is close to the surface. Marisol knows that today is a full moon. Marisol is a witch. She knows all of these things, and she also knows that, you know, Zara's werewolf belongs to Lorelei, and she knows that this is a pattern that keeps happening. And Marisol is not a stupid girl. And so Marisol, you know, knows that Zara is most likely, on today especially, going to end up here with Lorelei. She knows this. She doesn't like it. She probably doesn't want it to happen, but she knows. And Zara, unfortunately, fell right into that. And here she is, and they are together, and they are woohooing, and they're flirting, and they're kissing, and they're doing all of these things that, you know, I'm sure Marisol knows is going on. Zara is happy. Like, all of her whims right now are about Lorelei, and she's in love, and she's happy, and she wants to be with her. And, I mean, yes, she's extremely tense, but that's more like the werewolf portion of her. Like, she's literally about to turn because of the full moon, so she can't help the fact that she's tense right now. Like, she's full on about to become a werewolf and go into a rampage. But Marisol, you know, she would know that all of this is going on, and she would know. And I think that Zara probably has a lot of guilt about that, which is probably playing into her tension a little bit as well. And so that probably doesn't help matters at all, because Zara would feel guilty about this and be like, okay, you know, what do I do? Because obviously, you know, I have this person that I'm in love with, that I want to spend my life with, and I keep cheating on her with you, and I keep hurting her with you, and I don't know how to stop doing that because you have this hold on me that I can't break. And she's like, you just have to accept it. You and I are destiny. And she's like, okay, that's great, but what about Marisol? And she's like, I can't tell you what to do with Marisol. I really can't. But what I can tell you is you and I are destiny, and we are going to be together. Whether you like it or not, you and I, we're going to be together. So they are definitely going to be together, these two. Whether she likes it, whether she doesn't, is kind of irrelevant. It's pretty much what Lorelei's telling her, like, we're destined to be together. And whether Marisol's in the picture or Marisol's not in the picture, these two are destined to be together. And, you know, Zara doesn't really know what she's supposed to do with that information. She's not really sure how she's supposed to take that. But in this present moment, all she knows is she's happy with Lorelei. And she wants to be with Lorelei. And she's smitten with Lorelei. And she's also really hungry. So she's like, okay, that's great, but I've got to get some food in my belly. So she's like, I'm going to have to go out for a hunt. I've got to go get me some food. So we're going to go take her out, and we're going to have to get her something to eat because she is desperate for some food. But they are currently right now just being really friendly with one another, and she's telling Lorelei, you are so awesome, Lorelei. Oh my goodness. Like, she is so smitten with her, it's just bloody ridiculous. It really is how much she, like, really feels about her. Okay, so we have sent her out for some food, and she has transitioned into her lovely werewolf self, and she is in her rampage. It's the fact that the full moon has taken over for her, and she is just in her werewolf self. It doesn't look like she fully turned into a werewolf, but she is in a rampage. The call of the moon has a hold of her, and she is just really in a way. and she has also got herself a bit of a sore throat, it looks like. But she is just having herself her raw meat, you know, run around, and we will just have to try to keep up with little Zara here. Unfortunately, she, like I said, oh, what is going on here? Okay, so guys, like I said, Marisol knew. She knew that we were going to be showing up here, and she has come over and she has met, you know, she knows Lorelei. She has come over here. She is confronting Lorelei, and she's like, I know that, you know, she's here, but as you can see, she is, it looks like, feeling a little bit flirty with Lorelei, and she's kind of flirting with her a little bit. And look at them flirt together. Oh my god, she's gotten naked. Okay guys, this has taken a little bit of a turn. So Marisol has come over to Lorelei's, and she has flirted with Lorelei a little bit, and then she has gone upstairs to self-woohoo, which is a little bit of a change. I think maybe Marisol may be feeling some sort of way about Lorelei herself, which might be a little bit of a different change in kind of what's going on in this storyline. There may be a little bit of a twist here that we are not knowing about. Maybe Marisol is having some of her own feelings for Lorelei. I don't really know what that's going on or what that's about, but it does look like she might have some feelings herself for Lorelei. And I don't know necessarily what has happened there, or if there is something that has happened that we don't know about, but we'll have to investigate that some in our next episode. But I do think I am actually going to probably say this is a good place to leave this off, because that is very interesting. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think that Marisol possibly has something for Lorelei as well? Is there something that is possibly going on there that we possibly don't know about? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, because I don't know. It looks like she has feelings maybe for her. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you are notified when new episodes go live. And I will see you guys in the next one. But until then, I am going to go ahead and fly for now. Bye, Ravens.